Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing these Dollar Tree farmhouse DIYs. If you're here for the first time, I want to welcome you. Here in my channel you'll find lots of affordable home decor DIYs. So if you have some time, please go check out the rest of my videos, and if you like what you see, please join my family and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to click that bell icon so that you can be notified every time that I upload a new video. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. I'll be using 4 5x7 picture frames, 2 packs of these wood letters, some Spanish moss, some Easter foam eggs, a willow wreath, and the greenery from this floral bouquet, and this Easter decor, 3 of these Easter wall decor, but I'll only be using the Easter bunnies, and also this love wall decor, and this measures 10 by 6 inches, some acrylic paint in white and also dark chocolate, some floral foam, 6 onion grass bundles, 2 crocus bouquets, and 1 tin oval flower pot. Okay, so I'm going to be starting with the first DIY, and the first thing that I'm going to do is remove the bunny off the Easter wall decor. And I'll be using this flat metal ruler just to pry it off. Next, I'm going to hot glue the bunny there on the side of the pot. Next, I'm going to add the 2 pieces of floral foam into the pot, and I'll be hot gluing them. Next, I'll be adding the onion grass, but before that I do that, I'm going to cut the stems off because they're a bit too long. Okay, so now I'm ready to start inserting the onion grass into the foam. I did have to trim off some of the onion grass because it was not behaving. Next, I was going to add the crocus, but before that I could do that, I also had to cut the stems off. Now what I did to the crocus, I just kind of fanned them out just so they could spread out some more before I could put them into the foam. And then lastly, I added the Spanish moss. And here is my first DIY. It's complete and it was very easy to make. Okay, so now starting with the second DIY, what I'm going to do is remove all the glass and backing from the picture frames, including the little metal holders. After that I do that, I'm ready to start hot gluing the frames together, and I'll be hot gluing 2 side by side, and I'll repeat the same process with the other 2 frames. And then next I'll join the 2 sets together. And then for extra hole, I added some popsicle sticks on the back side of the frame. Next, I was ready to paint it, so I went ahead and I gave it 1 coat and I let it dry, and then I gave it another coat. Next, I removed this other bunny off this Easter decor, and now I'm ready to start working on the bunny. So I took off the little bow that it had, and I set it aside because I will be using it, but first I started to sand off all the glitter that the bunny has with my sanding block. Next, I was ready to start painting my bunny, and I started to paint it with the chocolate brown paint. And while the paint was still wet, I applied some white paint. And this is how the bunny looks, and now I'm going to set it aside and let it dry. Once the bunny dried, I added the bow back to the bunny. Next, I turned over my frame, and then on the inside corner, I added some greenery. And this is how it looks. And then on the front side, I hot glued my bunny right on the corner where I added the greenery. Next, I took apart this Easter decor. I removed the carrots and then also the bunny head. Then I hot glued one carrot up at the top, the one that says happy, and then the other carrot that says Easter, I placed it in the center bottom. And then I added the bunny face to the center of the frame. Next, I added another carrot to the other corner. And this came from the pack of the Dollar Tree decorative carrots. And then lastly, I added an orange Easter egg to where the brown bunny was at. And this is how the second DIY turned out. Okay, so now we'll be starting on the last DIY. I'm going to start by removing the metal heart off the love sign. I'll be using my needle nose pliers for that. Next, I'm going to start to sand off the surface using my sanding block. And now I'm ready to start painting it with the brown paint. Next, I'm going to set it aside and let the paint dry. Okay, so from the pack of wood letters, I've taken out the word hip and hop. Next, I'm going to give them a coat of white paint. Okay, so going back to the board, once the paint was dried, I started to add some white paint. And I just started to mix it here and there because I wanted to give this board an old weathered look. I usually use the dry brush technique, but this time I wanted to do it just a little bit different. I really did like the end result by doing it this way. Okay, so once the board was dried, I hot glued another white bunny up at the top on the corner. Next, I needed to cut some pieces from the willow wreath and I used my snips, but you can also use scissors for this. Then I started to hot glue the pieces where I wanted them to be, and I just continued trimming pieces and just hot gluing them along the side of the board until I got to the very end. And this is how it looks with the willow wreath sticks. Next, I started adding the greenery. And then next, I started to add the little Easter eggs. And then I started to hot glue the letters with the first word hip. And then lastly, the word hop. And this is how the last DIY turned out. So here you go, here are my Dollar Tree Farmhouse Easter DIYs. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up and also share. I'd really appreciate it. You have yourself a blessed day, and remember, love, laugh, and create. Until my next project, bye-bye and God bless.